Welcome, FNews57 here. What's up, guys? I'm on my Xbox again today, and I am bringing you yet another video for the achievement list on Second Extinction. Now, this video is designed to specifically cover unlocking the Arm to the Teeth achievement. It's a rare achievement with about a 0.5% unlock rate worth 35 gamer score. And what you need to do is unlock all the perks for one weapon. Really relatively easy and relatively simple to do, so I'm going to be giving you some pointers on it, but it's going to take a little while to get this done. Now, you'll notice that if you go over to the armory, it will show all of the weapons that you have available to you based upon your level. And this works for any weapon. However, most of the weapons in the game I wouldn't really recommend wasting your time and resources on. Pretty much most players are going to be using, especially solo players, they're going to be using the minigun. This is one of the best weapons in the game, in my opinion, so I would definitely go for the achievement using this particular weapon. Now, what you have to do is you have to go ahead and buy all of the research points, unlock each node, and then unlock the actual perk itself. As you can see, I only have one perk remaining, and that is the Under Pressure perk for the minigun, which does require pristine resources. So let's just cover the operation of that. Let's cover doing it on a different weapon. So say the assault rifle for right now. I have nothing unlocked on the assault rifle, and the first thing that we need to do is we need to buy the upgrade token. At least one, so that we can scroll down, but preferably buying 2 or 3 or more of those. It takes research to buy those tokens. You earn research by doing missions, doing tasks in the open world, killing enemies, completing contracts, things of that nature. Then we need to actually unlock the slots, the little upgrade slots that we put those points into. And that usually will take research, and then it will take a varying item, usually white or common resources, and then eventually up to less common resources, and then eventually pristine resources. After that point, you'll also need to unlock the perk itself, which is a little drop down one like that. And now you can see, so if I want this perk, I have to go ahead and use some rarer resources in order to get it. And that's the way that it goes for that. So now that you have a general idea, we're going to go back to the minigun and take a look at getting this last perk unlocked and what it actually takes. So most of the common resources in this game are very easy to get because you're only really dealing with regular raptors, acid spitting raptors, bone mutation raptors, electric mutation raptors, and then of course alpha raptors, over mutated raptors, and there's one that's a collar or like a lookout raptor. Those are really the only types of raptors. So you only really have 7 raptors currently to get resources from. You then also have the flatback, the bull, and the T-Rex. Then you have the mutated versions. I've never seen a mutated T-Rex yet, but you have the bone mutation bull and the necros mutation on the flatback. So that's the enemies that you have to deal with. Now, since we need pristine resources, the pristine resources, those are the really hard part. The white resources you just get from kills, playing mission supply drops, super freaking easy to do. The green or uncommon resources, those are a little bit harder. They don't drop on the really easy enemies in the really easy zones. You have to go into a more difficult zone in order to get those, or again, get them randomly from supply drops and contracts. But pristine resources, on the other hand, they only drop in the most difficult zones. So they only drop when you look at the map in the zones that are red or threat level high, and then the actual over mutation emergence event. These are the only zones that drop that. Now, when you're playing through in the game, if you're doing the free roam, you can look for specific zones with specific tasks. Like if I was to do this bay area, the assignments are collect 3 supply containers and repair a destroyed extraction point, which would give me a guaranteed reward of 1 reinforced plate and 1 neurotoxic slime. Neurotoxic slime is a very annoying resource to get, despite the fact that it is not actually a pristine resource. It just doesn't seem to drop a whole heck of a lot. So if you want to do it that way, you can go ahead and do it in free roam and collect all of these different varying resources for doing the different assignments and then extracting, or simply go into the more difficult zones, which will have more enemies, and those enemies will have a greater chance of dropping the uncommon resources when you kill them, and then that slight chance of dropping the pristine resources when you kill them if they're in one of these high areas. Now, sadly, at this particular point in the game, we don't actually have any way of going to our inventory. Normally, like in the full game, we would be able to highlight inventory there, and we should be able to see exactly what we have resource-wise. Unfortunately, the only way currently to see what you have resource-wise is to simply highlight the items that you have, and highlight the upgrade perk, which then it'll show you what materials are required. You can also track a specific list of materials by highlighting the perk, and then I do believe it's pressing Y if you don't already have all of the materials, in which case it'll then track those resources and tell you when you picked up a tracked resource in the open world. It'll also tell you as well when you have picked up all of the tracked resources. Now that you know a bit on how to get the resource, the next step is to actually go ahead and unlock that final perk, which I will let you know the ones that I had the most trouble with here in just a second. But as you can see, we just got our rare achievement for unlocking all perks on one weapon, the Arm to the Teeth achievement. Really easy to do when you think about it. It just requires a lot of play time because we needed that pristine resource. And that particular pristine resource, the hide one, that actually drops from the electric mutation raptors. So if you're looking for that one, that's from the electric mutation raptors. The neurotoxic slime, which the neurotoxic slime is generally used in like the thermal rerouting or the crit perks on different weapons depending on the weapon that you're upgrading. That's normally found, well, the only time I've got it is from the free roam rewards or from the salvage crates. So if you're playing and you see a salvage crate, definitely grab it. It's random what you might get, but you can even get pristine resources from them. The chances are very slim, but you might as well go ahead and get those. With that being said, like the alpha raptors will drop the pristine tooth. I haven't actually had a need for that particular piece yet, but that's because I haven't done all the upgrades on all the weapons, because my favorite weapon so far is the minigun. The next weapon that I'm actually going to test out is going to be the machine gun, and eventually we'll have to get all of the perks for this. However, it does have a lot of stuff that we have to unlock first in order to get that. But that's okay. You can just keep farming resources, keep farming research, and then go ahead and use them however you see fit on whatever weapons you like, and then get the achievement on the weapon that you decide is your favorite. And then just upgrade the rest for shits and giggles if you want to. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, just feel free to ask. I'll do my best to help you guys out. If you did enjoy the video, do me a massive favor. Just slap the ever-loving heck out of that like button, as that greatly helps me out with the searchability of videos here on YouTube. Of course, subscribe for more content and make sure you have that notification button clicked on. This way you never miss another guide. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, thy legion, stay frosty.